Welcome back to the second segment of the PGR V2. Once again, my name is Suar, and on behalf of Panda Global and PGstats, we present to you 31 through 40. These competitors are marked by noteworthy peaks and set wins that many in the world strive for. As a reminder, the X factor is the difference in the objective metric and the subjective metric, which was derived from a survey given to a panel. Tier 1, Tier 2, and Tier 3 events were considered for these rankings, and our methodology and parameters are included in our methods link in the description below. Finally, let us know in the comments who you think will be this season's top picks as we unveil and showcase some of the best talent Smash has to offer. Passing it off to Alpharad, he will be taking you through 31 through 40 in descending order.
Hey everyone, it's Alpharad, and on behalf of the PGstats and Panda Global, we are going to be going through 40 through 31 today. Coming in at 40th, we have the Floridian Bayonetta, Saj. As well as a player for 7 Seas Esports, Saj is also one of the 12 players in these rankings who attended all 6 Tier 1 events. While having a peak of 9th at CEO and a dip at 49th for both EVO and Zero Saga, Saj most notably broke out this past summer when he eliminated Esam and Neotono at CEO 2016. Having popped up on people's radars last season by defeating Nairo at Pound 2016, Saj continues to underscore that his victory was not just a fluke, sticking through the Bayonetta nerf patch and continuing to garner results with Bayonetta even defeating Pink Fresh in the mirror match at Super Smash Con 2016. With an X factor of -9, Saj is a tournament threat that may neglect until it is too late. One half of Team Yahtzee and New England's best Marth, Pug West joins us at 39th. Competing in nearly every Tier 1 event, Pug West has a respectable track record this season as a solo main of the Hero King himself. Known for his breakout doubles performance last season at Genesis 3 with his brothers Mars, Pug West has maintained a series of peaks this season, notably with the 17th at EVO 2016. Having defeated a series of top players such as 6WX, Dath, Rich Brown, and Tweak this season, Pug West has consistently remained a threat in the meta, which is often absent of top-level Marths. With an X factor of -6, it is fair to say that Pug West strikes when it is least expected from the competition. With perfect attendance this season, Florida's Day lunges in at 38th. A Lucario main and hype man capable of setting off entire venues, Day turned heads when he upset TSM 0 at SmashCon 2016. With the set heard around the world, Day joined the elite few who have ever done so. Traveling all across the country this season, Day started with a shaky 97th at CEO 2016 and then soared to 13th at EVO. Taking considerable steps to improve the Lucario metagame, Day is seen as one of the few leading minds on the character and pushes him way beyond his limits. Sporting a -8 X factor, it is easy to forget such a threat until he's eliminating you from sets at some of the earliest percents we have ever seen to date. Day continues to compete in his home state as he finishes his college career in northern Florida. Following the Floridian trend, we have MVG's Dyer, who swoops in at 37th. He remained rather consistent this season in an otherwise tumultuous time. Achieving a high of 17th and a low of 33rd, it is unusual for Dyer not to be in the top cut at events. Defeating Neotono and Mars at EVO 2016 gave us a huge insight to just how proficient Dyer can be with Diddy. Traveling all over the country to compete, Dyer can even make a strong showing at Showdown Battle Royale in the Midwest, taking 4th and defeating Mars, Darkshot, and Ned. Voted an X factor of -4, Dyer is one of the top names to look out next season given his consistency and explosive bracket runs. From one of Japan's premier regions, Kanto, Neotono lands at 36th. A PGR veteran, he has made it to the West several times with performances at CEO, EVO, Zero Saga in terms of Tier 1 events, and even made it to a Tier 2 event, Apex 2016, where he scored 3rd place. A known name in Japan and on DNG's team, Neotono is no stranger to premier Japanese events. Neotono has an A-list of notable wins, including Abadongo, Ken, Kamame, Mr. E, M2K, Mars, and Tweak. Many hope to see more of Neotono at Tier 1 events. Given an X factor of -1, panelists want to see these incredible set wins deeper in bracket next season. Neotono will continue to compete in Japan later this year with a return to the West at Genesis 4. Tri-State Chic Specialist with Rosalina in the cut, Vinny snatches 35th this season. Another PGR veteran, Vinny came off a break earlier this summer with an astounding 9th at EVO 2016. With the names of Hyuga, Mr. E, Scott, and Pug West on his resume, Vinny has remained as one of the top American sheiks in today's meta. With the 2nd at Texas Tier 2 event TGC 8 and a 5th at Georgia's MomoCon 2016, Vinny built up a substantial amount of momentum before his hiatus in the middle of the season. With an X factor of exactly 0, Vinny may have been out of sight, but he is present in the minds of top competitors and community members from around the world. Coming through at 34th, SoCal breaks onto the list with Tyrant. Sticking with Meta Knight despite substantial nerfs, Tyrant has also opted to supplement his play with Sheik and Diddy Kong as well. A regular in Southern California, Tyrant has managed great showings in Tier 2 events in the West with a 5th at Vegas' Level Up Expo, 7th at 2 GGT Mexico Saga, and a 7th at 2 GGT's Qatar Saga. Absent for most of the season, Tyrant began with the 25th at EVO 2016 and ended up with a solid 13th at Zero Saga, where he dropped Dabuz in the losers with a convincing 3-1. Along with Dabuz, Tyrant has neutralized many other threats such as False, Samsora, and Zenodo this season. With an X factor of positive 6, panelists undoubtedly see the potential that Tyrant teased us with this season. Expect to see him tear through the competition this year at Genesis 4. Another native of Southern California and a top Rosalina main in the world, Last of Our Kind's Fallen appears at 33rd. Beginning and ending the season at 13th at CEO and Zero Saga, Fallen has taken sets from many heavyweights such as Mars, Tweak, and even Tyrant in what many believe is an incredibly disadvantageous matchup. Fallen is also active in the West, securing 7th at both Level Up Expo and 2 GGT Mexico Saga. Fallen peaked locally at 5th in the hyped saga from the East Coast, Qatar Saga. Incredibly technical and cerebral, Fallen makes art of the mechanics Rosalina and Luma have to offer. Earning an X factor of -3, Fallen will be aiming to impress many as he competes next season in the Wild West during 2GG's circuit. Dath storms in at 32nd, representing Florida and one of Fire Emblem's protagonists, Robin. Critically acclaimed as the best Robin in the world, Dath shocked the community with his insane run at Shine 2016 earlier this year. Dropping Mards out of winner's bracket and then eliminating Larry Lur and 6WX in losers, Dath proved that one of the most complicated characters in Smash history can be lethal. Peaking with a 17th at CEO 2016, Dath has certainly and single-handedly shaped Robin's place in the metagame today. With an X factor of -6, Dath will need to silence dissenters once and for all in 2017. Returning to the PGR this season is Scott from the Southeast, the American Mega Man that does it all with a Wiimote and nunchuck in tow. Starting with a 13th at CEO this season and then surprising crowd to the 5th at Super Smash Con 2016, Scott has accrued a series of notable names recently. In terms of Tier 2 peaks, Scott received 4th at Vegas' Level Up Expo, 4th at the Midwest event What the Fox 2, and 7th at Texas' Clutch City Clash. By taking out Dabuz, Fatality, Dyer, and Mewtwo King this season, Scott has proved himself as a palpable threat in the national arena. Ending with 2 33rd finishes at UGC Smash Open and Zero Saga, Scott's momentum was rounded out by the end of the season. Given an X factor of -8, panelists were expecting to see Scott carry into the rest of the season with a dominant showing given a 5th at Super Smash Con 2016. Make no mistake, Scott will be working hard to close the gap this year in 2017, starting with Genesis 4. So that closes it out for 31 to 40. Thank you for watching, everybody, and look forward as we cover the top 30 coming soon.